Welcome everyone, TDH here, and today we're going to be talking about Cursed Hollow. More specific, its tribute locations, spawn timings, and what we can do to use this map mechanic to our advantage. Let's get started. So it should be noted right away that this map does work different than most other maps in Heroes of the Storm, being that the objective does unlock during a block time versus one specific. For example, the first tribute of the match does unlock approximately 2 minutes 45 seconds into the game. This is give or take 20 seconds, so it could happen as early as 2 minutes 25 seconds into the game or as late as 3 minutes 5 seconds from the start of the match. Now, as we have a look at the map, we can see located in orange 6 different spots in which the tributes can appear. We have 3 on the top of the map and 3 on the bottom. Now, once a channel has been completed on a tribute, the next one will spawn in approximately 70 seconds. This is once again, give or take 20 seconds, which means it could happen as early as 50 seconds to as late as 90 seconds after the previous tribute. Once a team completes 3 tributes, you begin a curse phase. This will last a static 70 seconds. And once that curse does complete, the next phase of tributes will begin at approximately 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is give or take, once again, you guessed it, 20 seconds, which means it could happen as early as 2 minutes after the curse to as late as 2 minutes and 40 seconds after that curse completes. Now let's get into the rules. It should be noted that these tributes work in groups of 3, meaning that the first, second, and third tribute are a group, the fourth, fifth, and sixth tribute are a group, so on and so on. And these rules apply to those groups accordingly. Rule number 1, the first tribute of the match is guaranteed to spawn in the middle of the map, meaning that it could spawn in T2 or it could spawn in B2. Now, the next rule, a tribute cannot spawn in the same location as a previous tribute. Rule number 3, a tribute cannot spawn in the same column as a tribute of that group, meaning if the first tribute does spawn in T2, it locks out B2 for the remainder of that group. Rule number 4, all 3 tributes of a group cannot spawn in the same row, meaning that if the first tribute did spawn in T2 and the next tribute spawned in T1, the next tribute cannot spawn in T3. Now, there is a side note to this rule, is that it does apply even if not part of the same group, meaning that if the second tribute spawns in T3 and the third tribute spawns in T1, the fourth tribute, even though part of a different set, has to spawn in the bottom of the map. All right, so let's practice. Let's say that the first tribute, according to rule number 1, lands in the middle of the map in T2. And let's say that the second tribute shows up in T1. Now we know because of rule number 3 that this is going to eliminate B1 and B2 as an option for the next tribute due to it being in the same column. We also know that because of rule number 4 that this is going to eliminate T3 because they would all be in the same row. This leaves only one option left for that tribute to show up, and that is in B3 in the bottom of the map. Let's do another example. Let's say once again the tribute shows up in T2, but only this time the second one shows up in B1. Now we know once again because of rule number 3 that this is going to eliminate T1 and B2 as options for the next tribute. But because we have 2 viable options now left, RNG does play a role in determining where this third tribute will spawn. But we do know that it will spawn on the red side of the map. Now, why is all of this information important? How can we use it to our benefit in the middle of a match? Well, let's go back to that first example where we knew that the tribute was going to spawn in B3. Now, we've been paying close attention to the tribute spawns. We've been following the rules. We know this is the next location. We can take the time in between the second and third tribute to take the mercenaries in the top half of the map or potentially the boss. This will then push in the top lane, giving us the advantage on the tribute if the other team decides to defend against it. Now, if they don't, this then lets our push in the top lane get massive value. So as you can see, utilizing lane control, using the tribute rules to determine when to take the camps, when to take the bosses, can play a large factor in your success on this map. That about wraps it up. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm TDH, and I will see you next time. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you did enjoy, please hit that like button. If you're looking forward to more Heroes of the Storm content, go ahead and hit that subscribe. You can follow me on Twitch at _TDH, Twitter _TDH, and on YouTube, TDH.